Salute to everyone watching Truth Colors or watching Gemstones of Truth for the very first time. I'm just going to read what it says, but it's very disturbing. And everything I'm going to be reading, you can literally visually see it happening right now. So it's not like, well, we can't see that. No, you can see it. It's that simple. I've been instructed to read it because this is what's being brought forth. This is what's coming out. It's like when Moses was given, or Moshe was given, or Mosiah. It's another one right there. Mosiah. When Mosiah was given instructions about the Sabbath. He was instructed, the Father said there's going to be a day on the Sabbath where it'll be a double portion. Listen to that. Day of rest brings forth double portion. Jubilees is going to bring forth, it's a day of rest. That's the rest that the Father has promised for those who love him and those who love his Son and his appearing. Those who love him and his appearing. He's going to show up. He's going to manifest. He's going to reveal himself. Moving on. Those who love the appearance. Now, those might see the Messiah and may not love his appearance. They may have some words to say about. You understand? Moving on. So those who love his appearance, they're going to be the ones who are going to be they're going to be preserved. So look at today, or look at this time as Moses, Joshua, and Aaron and all of them in the wilderness, or just pretty much on their way to the promised land, if you will. But in the process, watch what happens. A rebellion takes place. Sounds familiar, right? It says that the great falling away must take place. And at the time when the great falling away is taking place, the Messiah is revealed, and also the beast is revealed at the time of the revealing, right? So rebellion takes place at the time of the revealing. Same thing is going on with Moshe or Mosiah, Joshua, in Aaron's time, right? When they like, look, the Father has a land for us. We need to go over there. And they rebelled. Why? Because number one, they were scared, right? And the people who were the leaders at the time over our people, they, watch this, got the same thing like Joshua and Caleb, saw the same things, was given the same instructions. 2 came back and completed it the way it's supposed to be. The other 10 added their own little piece to it. They added their own unneeded 2 cents to the evaluation. When they did that, they caused a panic to enter into the people of, watch this, YASHAYA. You see how the name of Messiah is included right there with the people. Yasha, YASHA, Rel, REL, or even the R might be closed, but it might be L. Yasha, Savior, L, God, Savior, Lord, Savior, Master. That's what the people's called. Yasha El. It's all right there. Those who are called by my name, Yasha. His name is what? Yashaya, or Yashayahu. The people's name is Yasha El. Those who belong to Yah. Those who belong. You understand? All right. Moving. The same correlation. So those people could not enter in because they believed the lies. Watch this, which is still the truth from their own perspective. Now, the Father already knew about the giants. He knew about everything he was going to face. He've already calculated that into one thing. It says, I'm going to take them into the land and I'm going to, send them over there. They're going to destroy the giants. Period. The Father is not, oh my goodness, the giants are too big. No, he didn't do that. He says, all right, it's time for y'all to take y'all in. All right, yeah, there might be some little obstacles, but don't worry. He didn't even bring up the obstacles. He just said, pretty much, how tall are they that they're going to be knocked down? They just want to see, what is the land, the fruit of the land's like? Is it plentiness? Is it good enough for us? That's all they were supposed to see. Like, it's the same thing. Watch this. When you go buy a new car, watch this. We're already in the process of receiving what someone already had, in a sense. So we go buy a car. It's a new car for us, but it's an old car. Old covenant, new covenant, Old Testament, New Testament. New for you, but it's still old. It's already been around. Same thing. This car is a 2003. This car got a couple of miles already on it. But your pocket can only afford this car. To you, it's brand new. Why? Because you ain't never had this car before. The one who had it previously before you probably got something new. This car is old to them. So it's still old and new at the same exact time. If you can't understand that logic, you don't even need to be on my page right now. You need to go ahead and click on someone else who's going to be speaking like, because this is making all the sense in the world. Because I'm hitting us where we live. The car is old, but it is new at the same exact time. That is the New Testament. That is the new covenant. All right. So moving on. You're not asking, you're looking at the mileage on it, like, okay, cool. You're only looking to see, is it going to benefit your needs? Is it going to take care of what you needed to do? You're not going to be inquiring like, well, who was the owner, before this? Well, no. And they're not going to tell you. They say the owner kept the car in good condition. Boom. That is all that needs to be done. Moses asked him, is the land in good condition? That's it. Is the car drivable? Can I get the uses out of it that I need? Same thing with the land. Is the land able? Go see how plentiful the land is. Go check out the fruit. Bring some back. Let's examine. You go to the car lot. Some people might look at the car online, but some people are going to go see that car online first, and then they mark it out, and then they're going to go straight to that place to go check out the car. And they're not going to just look on the outside. No, they're going to do like we did. They're going to break off some branches, bring back some fruit. They're going to go inside the car, touch the leather seat, touch it if it's leather seat or not, touch the steering wheel. And then they ask, what? Can we test drive it? He told them to what? You're going to be there for 40 days. You're going to go there and spy out the land. You're going to test out this new car. It's the same thing. No difference. Then afterwards, after you done test drive the car, it's the car right here. It was the same thing. This is the land right here. Now, you're going to have people in the process come over, well, I don't know if you should do that. Because, it's a new car and everything like that, but look at the mileage on it. Are you really going? It's the same exact thing. Your mind has already said, like, I'm supposed to get this car, and other people come through like, well, I don't know about that. Because, you have to look at it. The miles. Especially, did you check out the reviews of this place? Did you? I'm just saying, it's the same. It's the same. And watch this. You have in your heart a whole clearance to get this car. but then someone else talks you out of your car that the Father has for you. Why? Because they see something different than you see. It's the same thing. The Father gave the instructions. Moses put it out there. Aaron put it out there. Joshua and Caleb was riding with it. The other leaders was riding with it at first. But then Joshua and Caleb, their heart was sold to what the Father has said, not to what they think. They was already looking at what is needed for. This is good for us. We can do this. We can inhabit this. This is beautiful. The other people was like, but there's giants in the land. So the same thing like on the miles of a car. The car got this many miles on it. You sure it's going to run? It's going to be good? What about 6 months? It's going to be a lemon. I mean, it's just so many things. And after that, you don't walk. You got to talk to yourself about your blessing. That's what happened to our people. They came in and these people talked them out of their blessing. Talked them completely out of it. But watch this. The Father is still lenient. He's not even said nothing. He ain't even mad. He letting Joshua and Caleb bring forth their case while these other 10 fools bring forth their so-called case. Number one, they're removing the fear of Yah the more they talk. They cause for them to fear these giants rather than fearing whom the Father said to fear. So now another fear has come in. The fear of Yah is going away. So therefore they're about to go into sin. Because when the fear of Yah leaves, sin enters. So fear Yah is obey his word, period. Simple. When you leave that and start to go over here, you have moved into sin, whether you know it or not. These people, the 10 leaders, don't know that they're sinning. Well, maybe they do. But they're just giving what they believe it is. Well, we see giants. We were as grasshoppers in their sight. Watch this. They're causing the people to be fearful of the very same thing the Father says, I'm going to give you the land. That means you got to go over there and dominate these giants. And all these people kept saying, well, how is that going to happen? Because they're super tall and we were as grasshoppers on the side. Pretty much what it's trying to say is this. It's impossible for us to get this land. Because they kept saying, yeah, the land's good, but we're going to die in the process. That's all they kept thinking about. The negative. They didn't think about how it could be done. They kept thinking about why it can't be done. All the problems versus of the Father said it is going to be. That is where we're at. His word versus your word. His word versus their word. His word versus all people's words of the earth. That's why every person will be held accountable for every idle word that's been said. That means if the Father didn't say it, you shouldn't be saying it. Period. Because you need to have a handshake. If the Father don't agree with your words, you're going to have to give account for them. You can say them, yes, but you have to give an account for them. Watch what happened to these 10 people. They were killed instantly. You know why? Because they put fear in the hearts of the people. It said you cause the people to fear. Fear something other than what the Father said fear. That's what's coming on the earth now. We're in the same exact spot. Now, the Father had literally said that these people was going to enter into his rest. But because that fear came in and they believed that word over the previous word that was given, they were not allowed to enter into the rest. Therefore, he says, all right, I wasn't going to send you to the wilderness, but they went over. So every single thing negative that you've been saying about the Father is what the Father put them into. He said, these people have held me in contempt these 40 times. So I'm going to give them a year for each day that they have said these things. So for 40 days, they complained. For 40 days, they murmured. For 40 days, they went off the handle because the people went over there for 40 days to check out the land. The Father counted those things. Like, so when they literally came back and said what they said, The Father counted them being on those 40 days as a whole complaint. He said, they have held me in contempt. Meaning what? They don't believe in me. Notice there's nowhere in the scriptures where the Father calls these people his people no more. He doesn't. Even though they're part of YASHAYA, the Father said they're not a part of me. They're not called by my name. He literally disowns them right there in the moment. And then he says, all right, y'all said that I'm going to kill your kids in the wilderness. So now the wicked is going to go into the stead that they placed over the righteous. So the parents thinking ill. The Father's not able to protect. Moses not able to protect. Aaron's not able to protect. As the Father says, Joshua and Caleb not able to do what they need to do. Why? Because these people are thinking ill of the Father the whole entire time. So the Father just turns their words on their own self. He gives them their portion that comes out of their mouth. And he says, just as you said this about your kids, they won't walk in it. He says, in fact, I'm going to bring your kids out of, watch this, the tribulation. It's a great tribulation for them. It is. They're going into the wilderness. They're supposed to be going to the promised land, but instead they didn't listen. It's a great rebellion. So they go exit stage left, go into the wilderness. Now, the children are in the great tribulation too. But he said they're going to be walking out of the tribulation after you have died. After this generation, I promise, going to enter my rest. And now I have revoked their mission ticket. They no longer can come. All right. Now your children can come because they haven't said anything about me. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to take Joshua and Caleb because they believed wholly my word and didn't add nothing to it. That's what happened. So with that being said, we see Joshua and Caleb, they're in the wilderness for 40 years as well. But the only thing is, after everyone has died, they're able to come up out of it. The children who didn't sin against Yah was able to come up out of it. Those who spoke against Yah died in the wilderness. This is the very same thing. It is. A rebellion takes place. People are killed. Those who survive come out alive. No difference. He doesn't change. It's the same. So that's exactly what Second Esdras chapter 15 is talking about. And you're seeing it happen in real time. So now I'm going to go ahead to the intro real quick. And after that, we just want to read Second Esdras, whatnot. I'm going to read exactly. And it's going to be terrifying because I'm reading from the Good News Translation. And Good News Translation is going to bring out, he's going to talk about Assyrians. You're going to start to see the different pictures because you're seeing the stuff already form or have been forming the whole entire time. This baby is about to be delivered. Like literally. So without that further ado, I done gave you a little synopsis of what's going on. So you now understand and hope you got that mindset now of what's going on. So I don't care what it is. You don't let your peoples, you don't let your family, you don't let anybody keep you from doing what you're supposed to do as this word said do. All right. If you do, consider yourself to be in the wilderness. This wilderness is going to be called the Great Tribulation. People are going to make it about the Great Tribulation. A lot of people are going to die in the tribulation because they don't believe. All right. They just came out. I just posted it today. They just came out and told you that the moon that they went to is the same thing that lava produced. How does that make sense? When the Father says that everything, the heavens is far from the earth, but these people have said that the moon that they have went on, that formed the moon that they explored, for the most part, was made from lava rock, molten rock. Telling you what? They never left Earth. Literally in words, they're telling you, we never been to the moon. And they put all these words in it. And it says, according to this person, they got things in there saying like this person never gave this They're not a part of this survey. They're not a part of this. They're just injecting all kinds of so-called educational words or big words to throw off the masses. When literally they're making a confession in big words, in a lot of words, saying we've never been to the moon. Never been. You can continue to believe if you want to. So now they got these simulations. They said the moon they went to was actually, they discovered lava, molten rock, magma. That's the earth, the core of the earth. The moon is not made that way. So they're coming out telling you right now the truth, but it's hidden in words. We've never been to the moon. Never been to the moon. Let's go. Okay, so we're about to get into this. Let's do it. All right, then. Look what it says, additional prophecies. Okay, right. Second Esdras, chapter 15, Good News Translation. Additional prophecies, the coming disasters. What did it say? The coming. The coming disasters. Now, our people is going to have to learn to listen, or they're going to be hurt. That's just what it is. I'm telling you right now. All right. For those who are men, You need to grow out your beard. For those who are men and women, need to grow your locks. Your history is in your locks. Your history is locked in your hair. That makes sense. Look, that's so powerful. Locked in your hair. Okay. I love it. Let's bring it out. All right. So when it says the Lord, for those who don't understand that, I'm going to be saying Heart of Psalm says, because that is what the name is above every name. All right. The coming disasters. Heart of Psalm says, proclaim to my people the prophetic messages that I will give you, and then have them written down. Have them what? Have them written down. So again, we see the course of a Bible being made, all right? Because they are true and will be fulfilled. Now, NASA has come out and showed you that they do not believe what the Bible has said about how the earth, how the heavens and the earth was actually formed or came together. They have their own belief, and their belief is outside of this Bible. Let's go. Do not be afraid of those who plot against you. Let me say that again. Do not. Do not means don't. Watch this. So think about all the plots that's against you. Let me look at y'all real quick, because you know we got some fear mongers around our people. Like, oh my goodness, FEMA camps. Whoa. The beast. They're going to kill us. They're going to hang us. Oh my God. Every single thing wicked. You know, they're killing us through the food. When the word says, nothing shall harm you. Those who are called by my name, nothing shall harm you. If they drink any poisonous thing, that doesn't mean you go outside and like, you know what, this says, you know, skull on it. I got a double X on this mug right here. I'm going to just go ahead and drink it, because it says, nothing I drink shall hurt me, right? I'm going to drink this. No, that's not what that means. That means he's telling you they're going to be poisoning you the whole entire time. And they're going to be looking at us like, why aren't they dying? Which going to lead to what? Studies. They ain't dead. We know, we have found literally in cereal, Tricks, Captain Crunch, whatever you want to call it, rat poisoning. They make the cereal itself, the tangible cereal, from rat poisoning. And we be able to eat it like, this is the best thing ever, dog, man. I love the way they put that little sugar up in there. You know what I'm saying? Just add some milk to this. Still living. And they put it out there for us to go out there and consume. Sugar is supposed to be the most poisonous thing you can see. White sugar. You know why? Because they done sucked out all of the nutrients in it. Sugar is dark. It's the same color as you and I. Well, those who are my color. If you ain't this color, you are the sugar. You know what I'm saying? You the poison. You got to give to the cure eventually. You got to give in to the cure, right? Because the poison can't stay a poison. There's always an antidote to any kind of poison. There's always a cure to any kind of disease. And we are that cure. Cure starts with black. That's what it is. We are the cure. All right. Now, moving on. Sugar, people's like, you give your children sugar, which is poison in their vein. If they drink anything that is poisonous, it shall not harm them. It's written in the word. It shall not harm them. That means a lot of us should be dead from the poison alone. We still be kicking on. We be pumping on. I mean, this is the best My goodness, give me some of that poison right there. Woo! Got some poison right here. Arizona mucho mango. You know they put poison, a lot of poison in this. How many sugars up in here? So when we see white sugar, we can call it poison. Poisonous sugars. Okay, it says the total sugars is 23 grams. 57 grams. That's a lot of poison. Watch this. Woo! This is good. Thank you, Abba Father, for this right here. You said that we drink anything. That means natural stuff. They're going to come and taint our natural foods, taint natural drinks. Now, if you eating pork, shrimp, lobster, crabs, you are injecting poison in your veins. Notice how you die from that. You don't die from that. You die from what you ain't supposed to be eating. But they're going to attack what you can eat. They're going to attack what you can drink and put poison in it, trying to lower the numbers. Guess what? It has not worked. None of it. So now they got to go to straight execution. Man, it ain't work. Over the years, we've been poisoning these same people, trying to kill them and everything, but they always survive. That's why when they did what they did, they said we could not be outside of the study, because all what they were doing, they said we were the core or the center of what they were doing. Remember Bill Gates said, like, the black people's like, well, since our history with you all of us being test dummies has never worked out for, we elect to stay about this little testing that y'all want to do. It went viral. It went around. People they was like, no. Their eyes got big. What? No. No. That is not acceptable. Black people must join into this testing trial. For this is the reason for our trials right now. Without them there, it will be incomplete. Why? Because you are the center, the focus of this test. Let you know you're the reason why we're trying to do all this. We've been trying to do this for years and have failed miserably. We got grandmas gonna live to be 104 years old, 114, 116. We got granddaddies 116 years old. So all they keep doing, trying to kill us, we keep surviving. It's not happening, right? Because we have a word that was given to us whether we know who we are or don't know. The Messiah covered us. All right, let's move. Do not be afraid of those. Do not be afraid of the who. Do not be afraid of FEMA. Do not be afraid of Bill Gates. Do not be afraid of the mark of the beast. Do not be afraid of Charles. Do not be afraid of any single person who is trying to annihilate us on the earth. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of those who plot against you or be disturbed by their unbelief. Oh, that's why it is. See, they don't believe that we're the people. That's what it means by they were appalled at you. Then they got appalled at me. But you kicked it off. They saw you with the people. What? No, they not. How dare they be? The name was like, we're going to change the Messiah's face, his facial. We're going to put him in our image. They're in disbelief. How can these people be the chosen people? Let's go. All unbelievers. What did it say right there? Some. No, it says all unbelievers will die because of their unbelief. Remember, it says, like, call upon the name of Yah and you shall be saved, right? Call upon the name of Heart of Psalms. Call upon the name of the Lord and you shall be saved. Those who do not believe that Heart of Psalms is Savior, guess what happened to you? What the word say? All unbelievers will die. This name is going to be boosted throughout the whole entire world. Anyone who can ride along with it, okay, you good. Anyone who can't ride along with it, okay, you bad. Let's play. Let's play. If you can't get with, obviously, the name, you die. You meant to stay you're not meant to survive this tribulation. The tribulation is meant to wear you out and kill you. Those who believe on the name, Heart of Psalms, in the midst of the tribulation, even though whatever's going on, the Father's going to pull you out. Those who are called by my name, which is what? The Messiah went up with his name. I come in the Father's name, and he went up in the Father's name. The Father's name is a symbol. It's a sign. It's a banner. It's salvation. The same sign is shown in the Bible. Let's go. We see it at work with Moses or Messiah. Messiah. Moses. Mosiah. Messiah. Mosiah. He had to raise his hands to bring forth salvation for YASHAYA. All right. What's going on? All believers will die because of their unbelief. What did it say? Heart of Psalm says, I am going to bring what? Terrible disasters on part of the world. Some people gonna get it. Only some. Nope. It says the whole entire world, which ties in perfectly, says when temptation comes upon the whole world. Let's go there in Revelations real quick. We're gonna go and get that little witness. Let's go find it. Which shall come upon the whole world. Let's put it in there. He got the whole world. Okay, which shall come upon the whole world. That is, test those who dwell on the earth. That's Revelations 3 and 10. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. So he says, seal my instructions amongst what? It literally says in the Bible, Isaiah's disciples. Here is those commandments. Seal my command. Seal my laws. Laws are commandments or command. That means there's one person in command and you're up under that command. Since you have kept my command to endure patiently, I will also keep you from the hour of trial that is going to come on the whole world to do what? To test the inhabitants of the what? Whole world. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, to keep going. What did he say? He just gave you instructions. Do not be afraid of those who plot against you or be disturbed by their unbelief. Boom, this is for you. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere will protect you. The ones who's not afraid of those who are trying to hurt you, trying to kill you because of their unbelief of you. I will protect you from the great time of testing. Or maybe she says, I will protect you through the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test or try those who belong, watch this, who belong to this world. So all those of the New World Order, guess what, buddy? You got some stuff coming to you. Say, because you belong to this world, I want to play my song so badly right now. I do. But I'm not going to do it. Because I told Queen, I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I don't care what it is. I'm not doing it. But I will play Hey. I will play Hey. But I'm not going to play a new song. But that new song, look at me, y'all. Fire, right? I love it. So y'all already know I had to work on the album. When the album is almost dang near finished. Sold out. See, look how it fits in perfectly. Those who belong to the world, those who are sold out. You ain't got a soul to give because your soul belongs to Heart of Psalms. Owned by Heart of Psalms. Owned by Yahweh. Owned by Yah, which is what? A name is above every name. It's a statement saying what? The one who belongs to the one who created heaven and the earth, the sea and everything in it. Because these people are going to try to take over the heavens and the earth, the seas and everything in it. Because the devil's going to try to be like the Most High, which is the Son of Yah. Let's play. Are y'all getting this? Is this making sense yet? Is it starting to lock in yet? Like I said, I'm going to play Hey then. Let me play Hey. Hey, 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 yeah. Father, remove the curse. Hey. I speak these verses. The one I listen right now, yeah. Know that he heard you. He felt your pain and seen your struggle. May your strength be increased through these troubled waters. Yeah. This won't last always. New music, new days. When the sun will rise, you can see his face. No more hiding, lurking in the shadows, looking for survival, trying to skedaddle. We coming like it's written, so be prepared. Venom snakes, prepare to be bit. There's a beast in your eyes, so the seed that abides, mimics of the past. Know your seed can't survive. Enoch as a scribe brought the word from the king. He blessed your kind for all eternity. Raise your hands for the banner. Time to raise up the ancient standard. Let your light shine around the world brighter than a candle. They know they can't handle you. No longer submit. Raise your hands with the fists. Time for the resistance. No longer time. No more time. It's time to resist them. Raise your hand up to the system. Father, remove the curse. Hey. I speak these verses. The one I listen right now, yeah. Know that he heard you. He felt your pain and seen your struggle. May your strength be increased
through these troubled waters. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey,
Beats by ANICENT.
yeah. Father, remove the curse. I speak these verses. You wanna listen right now? Yeah, know that he heard you. He felt your pain and seen your struggle. May your strength be increased through these troubled waters. This won't last always. New music, new days. When the sun will rise, you can see his face. No more hiding, lurking in the shadows, looking for survival, trying to skedaddle. We're coming like it's written, so be prepared. Venom snakes, prepare to be bit. There's a beast in your eyes, so the seed that abides, mimics of the past. Know your seed can't survive. Enoch, Gad, subscribe, brought the word from the king. He bears your kind for all eternity. Raise your hands for the banner. Time to raise up the ancient standard. Let your light shine around the world brighter than a candle. They know they can't handle you. No longer submit. Raise your hands with the fists. Time for the resistance. No longer time. No more time. It's time to resist them. Raise your hand up to the system. Father, remove the curse. I speak these verses. You wanna listen right now? Yeah, know that he heard you. He felt your pain and seen your struggle. May your strength be increased through these troubled waters. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Then no one take your king away. Nobody. I am coming soon. Hold fast to what you have so that no one will take your crown. No one will take your king away. Take your kingdom away. So the kingdom is here. It's within me. Greater is he who lives within me than he that is in the world. All right. Yah says, or Heart of Psalm says, I am going to bring terrible. He said it's not going to be good. He said terrible disasters on the whole world. War and famine, death and destruction. All right. So understand, this is not Satan. This is the Father. I was looking for the other one. It says, like, I just saw it today. It was good. I think it was Deuteronomy something 32 or something. Let me see if I can find it. But it tied in perfect. It was just so good. I was like, yes, this is it right here. This is exactly what's going on. Deuteronomy, let's see. There it is, that right there. We're gonna put this. This is powerful, right? Because everybody like, oh, it's just about life and love and light and everything. I'm gonna show you. You can be right on the wrong things. So we're gonna bring this out. Let's bring in some things into this right here. All right, we're gonna go to Bible Hub because I love Bible Hub. It's the hub of the Bibles. I don't have just one Bible, I have multiple Bibles right here. But look at these words. I want this put out here. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I myself am he. Now, why is that lowercase? Like a little L. It's the Son. All right. In Deuteronomy, speaking, right? So look at it. There is no L besides me. I put to death and I bring to life. I have wounded and I will heal, and no one can deliver out of my hand. Look at this, Song of Moses, which ate the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their drink offerings. Let them rise up and help you. Let them give you shelter. See now that I am he. There is no Yah beside me. I bring death and I give life. I wound and I heal, and there's no one who can deliver from my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and declare, as surely as I live forever. What? For I lift up my hand to heaven and declare, as surely as I live forever. Let's keep going. It is I who put to death and give life. I have, and it is I who heal. And there is no one who can save anyone from my hand. That means the Father has placed authority in his hand, or to his hand, which will be son of my right hand, if you will. He's giving some authority, giving some instructions to somebody, and it said, like, I've given him legal rights to do whatever it is, and no one can stop him from doing whatever it is. You understand? Let's look at this. Let's look at the Song of Moses. Look at that real quick. The Song of Moses, of Moshe, or Mosiah. Listen, O heavens, and I will speak, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth. Who has to hear it? The whole entire earth. All right. Let my teaching drop as rain, like the dew, right? Let my teaching drop as rain. Let it saturate, right? My speech distill as the dew. Look at that. The distiller, look at it. We got distilled water. The distilled water is, like he says, as the dew. So dew is distilled water. They're like, well, they think they're filtering the water. The Father's already filtered it through the dew. Dew is filtered water. It's powerful. That means you can literally collect a lot of dew, and guess what you have? Water. Good water for you. As the sun, as the light rain upon the tender grass, and as the spring showers upon the earth. So that means these things is going to be happening when? In the springtime. Which will be like now. We're moving into summer pretty soon, right? For I proclaim the name. What did he say? For I proclaim the name and presence of Yah, or Heart of Psalms. Ascribe greatness and honor to our Yah, or Heart of Psalms. The rock. Remember, there was a stone cut out of the it was a rock cut out of the mountain. A rock cut out of the mountain, not with any human hands, which is also the Lion of the tribe of Judah, right? The rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are just. So now Mosiah is giving praise and honor to the one who is going to come. And he's saying that he is perfect. His ways are just. What he does is right. A Yah of faithfulness without iniquity or injustice. Just and upright is he. they, Yasharal or Yashael, have acted, watch this, corruptly toward him. Whoa! Man. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 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 That's all I can say. Ouch. They acted corruptly towards him. He's saying they're the one who's the corrupt ones. They're the one who's not the righteous ones. The ones speaking against him. All right, let's go. I ain't got many other stuff. It's right there in your face. Let's go. Watch this. They are not his children. Woo! So I like to say, man, this is Yasharal, that's the rebellion, have acted corruptly towards him. They are not his children. But it's still Yasharal though, right? Ariel or Aja, they are not his children because of their moral defect, but are a perverse and crooked generation, which the same Messiah says, a wicked and perverse generation as for a sign. Moshe is talking about the last generation. The last generation to come. He is speaking about you. We doing okay? Everybody all right? Everybody is tracking? Are we tracking? Everyone tracking? Do you thus repay? What's this? Do you repay the Lord? That means like, I'm going to get him back. You do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get you back. Quid pro quo. If he does this or say this, I'm going to say this. If he does this, I'm going to do this too. He says, I'm going to say this too. So everyone. Oh, this is too good. People think you're going to repay me back. I'm going to repay him back. Okay, let's see what that happens. Do you thus repay the Lord back? Do you think you'll repay the Lord back? Oh, foolish and wise. That means if you think you're going to repay me back for anything, you are stupid. It says, oh, foolish and unwise. Let's see what unwise means. Let's see what that means. You're going to do it to your own hurt. You're going to do it to your own destruction. Let's go. Hey. It's ill-advised. It's
unwise.
Injudicious. Ill-advised, imprudent, foolish, silly, ill-considered. Yep. Let's keep going. Ill-judged. That means you have no judgment. You have lack of judgment. Wisdom is not with you. Impolitic. Incautious. Indiscreet. Short-sighted. That means whatever so-called wisdom or understanding you have, you are on the slow bus. Your bus do not extend. You are on the short, stubby bus. Going to slow school. As a slow, you understand, as a slow person. You're not playing with a whole full deck of cards. Your cards stop at 20. And it's 54 in a deck. Well, actually it's 52. If you take out the other stuff in there, you got it. Yeah. You don't play with all the cards. You will have 54 in the deck, 54 card pickup. Right? Misguided. Woo! If you misguided, then you following the spirit of error, not the spirit of truth. There's no way if you think you're going to pay me back that you are hearing the Father. You are hearing wisdom. You are hearing anything that is from the Father. Because it's speaking against it right now. Misguided, foolhardy, wrong-headed. That means your brain is not wrong-headed. How is a father going to be? Come on now. How is wisdom going? Irresponsible. That means your thinking is not coming from above. It's coming straight from you. You being led by you, but you being led by the devil or by seducing spirits. Keep playing with this. You're rash, you're hasty, you're over hasty, you're reckless, you're thoughtless. It says you ain't even begin to think yet. I'm just saying. That's for anyone. So I'm gonna pay him back. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Do it to your own hurt. Let's go. Move it. Do it to your own destruction. Oh, foolish and unwise people. That's not just one person. That means there is a conglomerate of people. A lot of people thinking this way. Watch this. Is not he your father who has acquired you as his? Watch this. Acquired. What does acquired means? It's almost like a person's just acquired a new home. Like you become like a possession, a purchase. Most of them will. Let's go see that. He just obtained you.
Acquire.
Come by, come to have, get, receive, gain, earn, win you. Come into, come in for, take possession of. So the Lord literally owns you. Take receipt of, be given. Here am I and the children you have given me. Who wants to keep playing with this? My word trumps your word in everything. Buy, purchase, procure, possesses oneself of, secure, gather, collect, picked up. I'm going to collecting the people. I say I don't play, you know what I'm saying, for games. What? I play for souls. I don't play for money. I play for souls. Literally. Money's okay, but I'd rather have your soul. That's one both ways. Souls on the good and souls for the bad as well. When you think you're going to try to do something to me, I literally turn your words against you. And if you're wrong about what you're talking about, what not, then guess what? Your soul belongs to me. Whether for good or for bad. Let's play. Be given, buy, purchase, procure, or say that, collect, pick up, appropriate, amass, build up, hook, net, land, achieve, attain, get one's hands on, get one mitts on, get hold of, grab, bag, score, swing, nab, collar, cop. Opposite is to lose or part with. He says the Messiah is Mosiah is saying that this Yah has acquired, or you have been given unto him. Now let's go to Isaiah 8 and 18, which who Mosiah is speaking about is right there also in 8:18. He's coming out bearing witness with what Mosiah is saying. Here it is. Behold, here's your Lord, here's your God, here is the one who you've been given to, the one who has acquired you, the one you've been speaking against. Behold, I and the children, what does it say? Whom the Lord, we got some multiple lords going on here. Which would be what? Whom my father or whom my brother has given me. What did it say again? Acquired means to be given. There it is right there. Okay. All right. Take possession of. All right. Giving me as signs, giving me our signs and portents in YASHAYA. From, watch this, the Lord of hosts. Which is going to be the brother. Which is going to be Messiah. Or the Father of spirits. Who dwells on Mount Zion. NIV. Here am I and the children Yah has given me. We are signs and symbols in Yashael from Yah Almighty who dwells on Mount Zion, which is Mount Zion's a lion, which is Sierra Leone. We have the witness of the scripture and the witness of it in the song. Let's go. Is not he your father Who? The one who has acquired you. The one who said, here am I, and the children is the Father. Let's go to Isaiah 9 and 6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government, wait a minute, that's the authority, the power. You understand? The authority, the power. It's everything, right? The headship. The position of head shall be upon his shoulders. Which means what? If it's upon his shoulder, that means he's wearing the breastplate of righteousness. He's wearing the ephod. That's the government. The government is represented in the ephod. And the government, the ephod, shall be upon his shoulders because he is the high priest. So the one who's been born in Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6 is literally the birth of the high priest, who is also called king. And just as our dear own Dwayne Billingsley pointed out with Zechariah 3 and 6, also with Zechariah chapter 3 and also Zechariah chapter 6, talking about what he said, when our king is, did you know our king not just only high priest, but he's also king? And it says that there will also what? The two positions will dwell on one person, and neither office will interfere with the other. Well, how can he be king and high priest? Will there be an interference? Because we see with Aaron and Moses, or Mosiah, there was two offices. Aaron was the high priest. Mosiah was the king. Moses was king. Aaron was high priest. Separated. Again, when we go to it, Joshua and Caleb, right? Caleb wasn't called king, but Joshua had both come on him, high priest and king position. And he was representative of the branch who will come after him. So then Isaiah 9 and 6, and Joshua's name, the same name is like YASHAYA, if you will. This is where you get the name Yahusha, right? Isaiah 9 and 6, for to us a high priest is born, to us a king is given, and the government, the high priest, the ephod, shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty Yah, Everlasting Father, but he's also the Prince of Peace. The Father can never be a prince. But how can this person be father and also a prince? Because he's the son of Yah. Let's go. And that's what Isaiah 9 and 6 is talking about. The birth of the high priest. Let's go. Woo! Man. Y'all getting this? Is this starting to snap, crackle, and pop? All right. Is not he your father, everlasting father, who has acquired you as his own? This is the high priest. He has made you and established you as a nation. That means this one is going to establish the nation. This one is going to make you as a people. I was already said this is where it's going to be done. So I'm saying it's going to be done this way. But I was like, nah, nope. That's not how it's going to happen. It's going to happen this way. Right? Understand? Let's go. He has made you and established you as a nation. Right? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Meaning what? Look what happened to the people before you. How are they doing? Okay. Ask your father, and he will inform you. Your elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, When he separated the sons of men, he set the boundaries of the people. What the people got? They got boundaries. Certain things you can say, certain things you can't say. Certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. Certain things you can eat, certain things you can't eat. Boundaries. The world is moving towards a boundaryless world without boundaries. That's what they're moving. They're taking the limits off. They don't want no limits, no limitations. That's what we're moving into. And the Father will not go into that place where there's no limits. That's why it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word, his words is boundaries. When the enemy comes in like a flood, the Father will lift up a standard against it. He will lift up a boundary that he cannot cross. No matter how bad he tells you he is in the media, in the news, and everywhere else, the Father sets a boundary and says, cross this. He says, say, you know what's up, boy. I done set this boundary. You got these people fooled, but you ain't got me fooled. We all know that you cannot cross this boundaries. Anyone who's up under Heart of Psalms, let's go. Anyone who has this banner, let's go. Who's truly sold out, right? Let's go. Satan cannot touch you. Doesn't mean trouble can't come, but he can't touch you. Unless the Father say, all right, you're going to die for his name. And that's on the way. But you're being touched, what? Because it's the last touching. You're going to be beheaded or offered, killed, if you will. According to the number of the sons of Yashayael. He says boundaries of the people according to the number of the sons of Yashayael. So that's 12 boundaries. Because 12 sons. So it's 12 boundaries. It can't be one boundary because there's no witness to that. He got multiple witnesses because he got 12 witnesses of boundaries. He set the boundaries of the peoples. That means the whole entire world is set according to the numbers of our people. Again, we are what's cracking. We control everything. That's why they want to control us, because they control us, then they control everything. But once we are no longer under their control, guess who controls everything again? We do. They want possession of the one who controls everything. Therefore, they can control everything by having us up under them. But the moment we rise above them, they go beneath us, and we be what? Controlling everything again. That is what is coming into play. That's what the Father is speaking here. 4, watch this. 4, Heart of Psalms portion, and his chosen share is his people. For Heart of Psalms portion and chosen share is his people. Jacob or Yashayael is the allotment of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land. He found him in a desert land. Arizona is a desert land. It is. It's a desert land. It's a freaking wilderness. In the howling wasteland of a wilderness. Howling. You can hear coyotes and different other kind of animals in certain parts howling. You go to certain parts of Arizona, you can hear that. Yes. I live far out in Arizona. It take you some time to get to my place. You know what I'm saying? Then I live further out from there for as well. He kept circling him. He took care of him. He protected him as the what? Apple of his eye. So therefore, anyone who's up under him is also in the scope of the Father's eye. He puts all the people in one spot and keeps his eye on them, or his eyes on them. as an eagle that protects its nest. Notice, an eagle has one nest, and all the children is inside that nest. So the Father is watching over that nest. He's watching over that group. Even says one part in the scriptures where it says his assembly. He's not watching over all assemblies. He's watching over the assembly that he himself has created. Okay. Has named. That flutters over its young. He spreads out his wings and took them. He carried them, watch this, on his pinions. And we're going to look up pinions so we can get an understanding of what pinions is. All right.
Pinion.
Hold down, pin down, press down, restrain, hold fast. Immobilize, tie, bind, rope, fasten, secure, shackle. There it is. Feather, tether, lash, truss, chain up, hobble, monocle, handcuff, cuff. This bad boy just said he carried them on his pinions. He carries them when? On his chain. He just literally said that this thing is so accurate. He literally said that the children of Yasharal, the ones who've been protected, are the ones who are connected to him by chains. So who in the world has a banner with their hands raised that has chains, 12 chains, which describe it as to say the 12 sons, right? The 12 boundaries. So that means the devil cannot move past that boundary. It cannot move past that seal. It cannot move past that covering. Cannot move past that salvation. He will raise up a banner to the nations because the nations are represented in the banner. All of the world is represented in that banner. He set the boundaries of the people according to the numbers of the sons of Yasharel, or Gad, if you will, because Jacob was called an overcomer, more than an overcomer, right? Now the devil and them will call themselves conquerors. So the Father puts us what? You're more than conquerors. He sets us above a conqueror. We're more than conquerors. Jacob was named more than a conqueror, more than an overcomer. So, 400 Psalms portion and chosen share is his people. Who is his people? Who's the ones who is gathered into his links of chains. Yasharel is the allotment of his inheritance. He found him in a desert. Who? Now he's talking about the one who has the chains. He's talking about a specific person. He found him in a desert land. In the howling wasteland of a wilderness. Why? Because the Father told me to go to where? He said, go to Arizona. So the same place where the Father tells me to go to has got to be written in scripture where it's at. And it says a desert land. Now, those who've been to Arizona know that Arizona is what? It's a desert. It's a desert land. It is. It's hot. We get into triple digits in Arizona. In the howling wasteland of a wilderness, he kept circling him. Meaning what? He protected him. That means nothing can get through to kill him. I'm preserving him. I will keep him and what? Give him as a covenant to my people. He took care of him. That's what the Father told me. Remember 2010, I told you, I was like, Father's like, I lost my job. And I was like, yeah, you're going to help me find another job. He said, no, he said those words, I'm going to take care of you. Because I asked him, I said, why did you get me a job only for me to lose it? He said, to get you out the boat. He said, you're going to have faith when no one else has faith. And I was like, what? I said, but if I don't, he said, I'm going to take care of you. I was like, huh? I said, yeah, you're going to take care of me by giving me another job. He says, no, I'm going to take care of you. The same words that the Father told me is right here in the scriptures. Same words. He protected him as the apple of his eye. So he said he protected Heart of Psalms as the apple of his eye. Let's go put the name there. As an eagle that protects its nest. So the Father protected me like his what? His own child. I will raise unto David a righteous branch that flutters over his young. He said, this child, and they will be led by a young child. That's me, the young child. The young child is leading the whole entire nations. But watch this. He's in a viper. He's touching the most dangerous stuff. The stuff that's poisonous. He's touching it. Oh, there's a nice little venomous snake. It's a poisonous snake? Let me see it. Pick it up. He carried, watch this. He spread out his wings and took them. Now, it's getting into the one who the Father has protected. He spread out his wings and took them. This is now the one whom the Father has protected is going into like now he, the one whom the Father has protected as the apple of his eye, this one, he has spread out his wings. He's, you know what I'm saying? That flutters over his young. He spread out his wings and took them. He carried them on his pinions, chains. Who? The children of YASHAYA. Wherever he goes, they go too. Wherever I go, I carry the covenant. So therefore, you all are inside of the chains. You are represented by the chains. Even as Isaiah chapter 8 and 18 says, signs and wonders. The signs and wonders, what? Symbols. The symbols of the 12 tribes of Israel is in the chains. The chains itself. And it says, he carried them on his chains. He carried them as chains, as his chains. Wherever I go, you have to go. You don't have a choice because you're connected to me. Let's go. So, watch this. So the Father alone led him. Where did it say again? It's going right back into it. The one who's carrying the 12 tribes is being led by who? His Father. So Father Heart of Psalms alone led Heart of Psalms, the Son. There was no foreign, watch this, no foreign guy with him. I mean, what? He's saying JC was not with him. It was the Father with him all the time. Watch this. He's going into it. Look at this. He's telling you about me. He made him YASHAYA. He made him who? Heart of Psalms. Whom the Father's called, like, because Israel is represented what? As being also the firstborn son, right? So Father's now denoting, saying that this one who he has carried, the one he has been watching over, and the one who's carrying YASHAYA, this one, he made him, this son, ride on the high places of the earth. And he ate the produce of the field. Guess what I'm doing? I'm eating the produce of the field right now. We just had some lettuce, tomatoes yesterday. We had some nachos. You know. Look where we at. We're in the land of so-called Africa, right? And you're going to eat from the produce of the land. Watch this. He made him suck honey from the rock, and olive oil from the flinty rock, butters and curds of cows, and milk of the flock. He said he made them suck honey from the rock, meaning what? The honey that I'm probably eating here, maybe the honeycomb is maybe called a rock. I don't know. And olive oil from a flinty rock. Butter and curds of cows. That's exactly what I've been eating. Butters, you know, the milk. And milk of the flock with fat of rams or lambs. Everybody know I love to tear some lambs up. And rams, the breed of Bashan, and goats. All this stuff I've been eating. And the finest of wheat, exactly, from the land. And you drank wine, the blood of grapes. Anyone want to play with that? Let's go get that right now. Let's go get that. In fact, I probably need to pull these out and put these in the refrigerator right now. Let's go get that. And you drank wine, the blood of grapes. The wine press. The blood is the grapes. So it's like, eat of my flesh and drink my blood. What's the blood? Grapes. People always say, like, look at this. Most people say, like, oh, it's detestable. The Father would never sacrifice, he would never have us drink blood, and they're trying to come against it. Now we see the blood is the blood of grapes. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. Gotta love it. So now when these people in Hollywood is drinking blood for real, we see now the scriptures, not for once, is telling us to drink blood, human blood. But grapes have blood in them, hence their juice. So you might as well stop drinking grape juice because that's blood. Might as well stop drinking oranges, whatnot, because I guess that would be their blood, but their blood would be yellow or orange. But it said the blood of grapes. So whatever's inside of the grape is produced is this red. And it says you're drinking the blood of the grapes. The Father has never condoned human sacrifice of the sense of people drinking people's blood. Never. We don't see it in the scriptures at all. So the blood is coming from the grapes. So people need to take that off my brother. Stop saying that and coming against him and speaking bad. He had them drink blood. Shut up, you ignorant fool. But Judgement, here he goes again, Israel became fat and kicked at the Messiah, or kicked at the Father. You became fat, thick, sleek, and obstinate. One listen. Then he abandoned Yah who had made him and scorned the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods by denying him the honor and loyalty that is rightfully and uniquely his. And with repulsive acts, they provoked him to anger. They sacrificed to demons, which is going on right now. If you come into the music industry, I don't care whatever it is, if you coming into any kind of media, whatever it is, if you want to get those, if you want to be sitting on top of the world, you're going to have to be dealing with demons. We see this stuff all day long. Queen be like, she be like, I know this person don't sow they sow. I know. she be like, look, this person don't sow they sow. She just know, like, yeah. She see a person in a new movie, the first thing she be saying, like, what did you do? What did you have to do to get into this movie? Because we ain't seen you in like 10 years. We ain't seen you like 2 years, 3 years. And now you don't resurface. What did you do? What did you have to do new to get this new movie, to get this new song? What did you do? That's how it is. Look at, we not looking like, oh, it's a beautiful song. No, we looking at it like, what you had to do? What you done did? How worse did you have to get? They sacrifice to demons, not to Yah. So when people says, I want to dedicate, you know what I'm saying, my Grammy, you know what I'm saying, to God, what did he say? They sacrifice the demons. So when Oprah Winfrey says, like, everyone gets a brand new car, she just sacrificed the demons. None of that, none of those kind of charitable deeds goes towards the Father. None of them. They all go towards demons. When they keep their holidays, it's towards demons. None of it goes, well, we want to give thanksgiving to the Lord that he allow us to see another day. This is to demons because you are eating Thanksgiving, Christmas, all this stuff that you're doing, all your holidays is from hell. To guys, watch this, whom they have not known. So you giving praise to someone you ain't even know. What's this? New gods who came lately. New gods. So all these so-called gods that's been around is here. He said they knew, meaning what? I am old. There's no God before me. Blah, blah, blah. That's what he's saying right there. Meaning what? Anything that came after him is new. When he was around at the same time was he there at the same exact time when he was? Well, actually, no, then he's new. I don't care what you call it. It's new. Egyptology, when they say this was before Christ, guess what? It's still new. Egyptology, all that stuff, new. Any kind of religion you search, well, what kind of religion did they have? If it wasn't with the Father and they went to something after him, it's new. To you, it might be old, but to the Father, it's new. Whom your fathers, watch this, never feared. So our people are fearing some things that our people have never feared. So the people of today are fearing things that Abraham and all of them never feared. Jacob never, you know why? Because the Father never told them to fear it. That's why we see the same thing going on again. The Father's making the same covenant that he made with Jacob, Abraham, and all of them. He's bringing it out in 2nd Ezra. He says, do not fear what the nations fear. Don't fear what's coming on. You were unmindful of the rock who bore you, who gave birth to you. And you forgot Yah who gave you birth. Yah saw it, or heard a psalm, saw it, and rejected them out of indignation with his sons and his daughters. Then he said, I will hide my face from them. Meaning what? You ain't gonna know who the Messiah is. The Messiah gonna be looking at you in the eye, you won't even know it. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a perverse generation. This the wicked and perverse generation he keeps talking about. Sons in whom there is no faithfulness. You are switch, you are turncoat. 1 minute you're okay, but as soon as this happens, I'm out of here. Sons in whom there's no faithfulness. You don't know how to stay with nothing. You can't stay there. You got to go. All right, well, you can see that this is the truth. But then if it don't be the way you think it, then, all right, there's no faithfulness there. None. That's exactly what happened to our people. Look at it. They was with the Father. He literally then caused them to leave Egypt. And then real quickly, because someone came up and said that there's giants in the land and we were as grasshoppers in their eyesight, they quickly left him. They abandoned every single thing the Father said and went with what these 10 turncoats have said, and it caused YASHAYA to actually be destroyed. They have made me, watch this, jealous with what is not Yah. So Father, like, that's powerful. So they're worshiping something, thinking about something that is not of him or not him. And guess what? It's causing him to be angry. They have provoked me to anger with their idols. So I will make them jealous with those who are not a people. Watch this. He says, they are not a people, but I will make them jealous. How's he doing that? He got people over looking at a so-called land called Israel. And people say, that's our land. Or watch this. They get the support that you're supposed to be getting. All these white people who are getting the support as being called so-called Israel is literally getting your support. That is your child support. That's yours. It all belongs to you. And they're making you, and the Father says, I'm going to make you jealous with them. I will provoke them to anger. Watch this, with a foolish, let's put it out there, with a stupid nation. That means if America is, in with so-called Zion or Israel, then that means they stupid too. America is stupid. Look at all the technology they have and call themselves smart, but they are so smart that they dumb. For a fire is kindled by my anger, and it burns to the depths of Sheol, the place of the dead, the netherworld. That's the underworld. That means the underworld is coming up. He said, and it burns to the depths of the dead, the place of the dead, the netherworld. A whole nother world. It's going to be a whole new world, all right? It devours, look, the dead. That's why they keep showing you the walking and living dead. That's why they keep showing it. It's coming. It devours the earth with its yield. That means as you all give, as the world keeps giving into the dead, giving into vampirism, giving into all this living, all that kind of stuff, as the world gives into it, they are going to become what they have believed. That's what these different things that they're putting inside their bodies is going to lead them to become. They ain't going to be, just like they love vampires, they won't be able to be out in the sun either. The sun will be cooking they behind. Just as they have done so much things to the water said, you can't even drink me. Because it will burn their bodies as they probably, can you imagine that you drinking water and the insides is burning as you're drinking it? To where it feels like it's tearing you apart. Or if you go take a shower, the water hits your skin, you screaming. Like, what's going on up there? All I just heard was water come on, and this person is scared to take a shower. They can't take a shower no more. What are they going to do? If they try to put any kind of thing wet on them, it causes them to shriek in pain. They're going to be some dirty people. We're going to be smelling some dirty women and dirty men, dirty children, dirty babies. Well, why you got that stench on each time I try? Do you believe in a bath? Are you not? Do you know that you can go over here to these certain places, you can take a bath there? Yeah, okay. But I don't ever see you take a bath. What's going on? Why? I don't even see you drink water no more. What's going on there? I can't drink it. Why? Because it burns my throat. In fact, my insides feel like they're on fire. When water touches me, I feel like I'm smoking. That's what he just said. And it burns to the depths of the place of the dead, the netherworld. It devours the earth with its yield. So literally, as people are given over to the dead, they become the dead. And sets on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap, watch this, misfortunes on them. Heap it. That's going to come, just like it says, and the curses will overtake you. That's what it means by heap. It's going to overtake you and it's going to keep building up upon you. So that now the curse that we have from Deuteronomy chapter 28 is in reverse. Like the scripture says, what? Let me take this cup from you, and I'm going to take this cup and I'm going to put it in the nation's hands, and I'm going to give you the cup that they've been having. So white privilege is no more. It's now called black privilege. And we got more privileges than they do. And it fits us perfect. We can be out in the sun and be okay. Okay, it's 10:29. Okay. I will use my arrows on them. They will be wasted by hunger and consumed by plague and a bitter destruction. Wow. That's very vivid. They will be wasted by hunger and consumed by plague and a bitter destruction. And I will send the teeth of beasts against them, against people. You know, I've said this a couple times already. You know, people, all these wild animals, in 1 minute, the lion's gonna be hungry and be eating his own owner. You know, the cats, the dogs, everything. With the venom of crawling things of the dust, that means snake, because you know, people like to have pet snakes in their house. And they said these snakes is going, oh, that look good. The snakes are going to be just messing some people up. They're going to be eating them up. That's it. It's a wrap for them. And the venom of crawling things of the dust. That's spiders, everything. Scorpions, anything that's creepy crawling things, they're going to come into the house and be destroying these people. Outside the sword will bereave. So I mean, like what? Whatever the sword is not killing on the outside, these things on the inside their homes going to be coming in, messing them up. Or if they're out in the wilderness or out anywhere. That means all nature that's been created by the Father is going to be coming against all these people who will be like the walking and living dead. And inside the chamber's terror for both young man and virgin, for the nursing child and the man of gray hair. That means what? This is going to be for everybody. Just like they did not pity the young or the old, the rich or the poor, whatever, just because they did not pity our children, the Father says, I'm not going to have no pity on their young men or the young female or the nursing child or the man of gray hair. What's this? Or the woman of gray hair. I ain't going to care. Father's telling you right now, I do not care. You can all get it. I would have said, I will cut them to pieces, scatter them far away. I will remove the memory of them from men. Had I not feared the provocation of the enemy, that their adversaries would misjudge, that they would say, our own hands has prevailed, and Yah has not done all this. For they are a nation devoid of counsel, and there is no understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they could discern their future and ultimate fate. How could one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight unless their rock had sold them? And Yah had given them up, for their rock is not like our rock. Even our enemies themselves judge this. For their vine is from the vine of Sodom, and from the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of poison. Their clusters bitter. Their wine is the venom of serpents. Their wine is the venom of serpents. That's why they say, I guess, spirits and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're putting poison and all that kind of stuff in different drinks. And they've been trying to kill us with that for a whole bunch of years. You know, people like to turn up. People like to get lit. Especially a lot of people do. And we haven't been dying, right? But a lot of them do it. They get towed up. Everything they done to do to us, the Father's going to do to them. And they're not going to survive it. It is not laid up and stored with me. Sealed up in my treasuries. In my treasuries. Vengeance is mine and retribution. In due time, their foot will slip. For the day of the disaster is at hand. And they're doing them. For Yah will vindicate what? His people. That's what the banner is. Vindicate me and my people, Yah. That's what that seal is. Remember me. Remember my people. Remember what they did to us. Father's looking for a remembrance. What's that memorial? The banner. And will have compassion on his servants. When he sees that their strength hand is gone and none remains, whether bond or free. And he will say, where are their gods? The rock in which they took refuge. Meaning what? Where is your idol? Where's the name that you're calling upon? I told people that. People like, they got different names they call upon. But I was like, all right. On that day, that name is going to fail you. Who ate the fat of their sacrifices and drink the wine of their drink offering. Let them rise up and help you. Let them be your hiding place. See? So see now that I am he. So we got the banner over here. I'm telling you, this is the salvation right here. For those who trust in other things, be like, all right, when things happen to you, go trust in that. Don't run over here. Go over there. And there is no Yah besides me. It is I who put to death and I who give life. I have wounded and it is I who heal. And there is no one who can deliver from the power of my hand. Indeed, I lift up my hand to heaven. Think about that. Indeed, I lift up my hand to heaven. You see what I'm saying here? How does a father lift his hand to heaven if he's in the heavenlies? Just asking questions. And say, swear an oath as I live forever. Remember, look at this. The hand that's lifted up is an oath. As I live forever. It's an oath of living on forever. Remember, the Messiah died and raised up his hands and was taken into the heavens. Was taken up. Same symbol. It's a symbol of live on forever. The hands being raised. If I sharpen the lightning of my sword and my hand takes hold of judgment, I will render vengeance on my adversaries. What he say? When he takes hold of judgment and get vengeance, he's going to do it to what? All of his enemies. And I will repay those who hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword will devour flesh. With the blood of the slain, watch this, with the blood of the slain and the captives. So he's literally going to it's going to remember. So every single thing that all of our people that died and been messed up by them is literally going to be based off of the blood and the slain of the captives. He says, my sword will devour flesh with the blood of the slain and the captives. Meaning what? This is recompense for all those you have slain and all those who have been in captivity. From the heads of the leaders of the enemy. That means what? Whoever is the head leaders of the enemy. So if America, as put it as an example, has been an enemy, he's coming for the head of the United States of America. He's coming for the heads of those who are of Assyria or Saudi Arabia. He's coming for the heads of those who lead so-called Israel in so-called Jerusalem. He's coming for the heads of those who are in so-called Africa who have been mean to our people and sold us into slavery. He's coming for the headship. That's United Nations. That's you understand? He's coming for United Nations. He's going to punish the United Nations. United Kingdoms. This new thing that they're forming together against us, he's going to come against the heads of those. He's coming against the so-called poop or pope, the rabbits or the rabbis. You understand? Hollywood. Anyone who's a leader, he's coming against Oprah. Whoever's a leader of the leaders of the enemy. Watch this. He's coming against the 13 bloodlines. So literally the secret or the Illuminati and all that stuff is literally he's coming against them because they consider themselves to be the heads. He's coming against the rich folk at this time because they're considered to be the heads. Anyone who considers themselves to be a king and they have servants up under them in the sense to where they got the Rothschilds, all these other people, those who are in the music industry, all these things, from the heads of the leaders of the enemy. Watch this. Rejoice, O nations, with his people. Whose people? Heart of Psalms people. For he, Heart of Psalms, will avenge the blood of his servants. The Father literally puts them all up under me. Every single person who's died is representative in that banner. And he will render vengeance on his adversaries. Who? Heart of Psalms enemies. and will atone, watch this, for his land and his people. Will the Father have to atone for the land? Doesn't make sense. So this is literally his chosen that he's talking about, who's going to be sent. His Messiah, his son, will atone for his land and his people. Then Moshe, or Messiah, came and spoke all the words of this song in the hearing of the people. He and Joshua, the son of Nun, when Mosiah had finished speaking all these words to all the people of Israel, he said to them, watch this. This is what causes you to go into captivity. Watch this. Take to heart all the words of warning, which I am speaking to you today. And you shall command your children to observe them carefully, to do all the words of this law. This is the commandment. For it is not an empty or trivial matter to you. Indeed, it is your very life. What did he say? Everything that's been said is your very life. By honoring and obeying this word, you will live long in the land, which you are crossing the Jordan to possess. And Yah said to Moses, or the heart of Psalm said to Moses, that very same day, go up to this mountain of Abraham. Now, go up to this mountain of the Abraham. What is this? It's like Abraham right here. Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, because Moab does come from opposite Jericho, and look at the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the sons of YASHAYA as a possession. Then died on the mountain which you climb, and be gathered to your people in death, just as Aaron your brother died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people. So these last words, these are the last words of Mosiah. It's the last words of him. Because remember, he didn't believe. So now he's given this is last address to all the people. The Father says, after you give this word, you look on this mountain and I'll show you where the land is, you're going to die. And look how funny how it ties in perfectly what I just said. The ones who did not believe, they died in the wilderness. And the children was being brought out. This is the time the children are being brought out. So they're going into blessing as long as they can do what is being instructed of them. Watch this. Just as your brother died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people, because you broke faith with me among the sons of Yashael at the waters of Meribah, Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, and because you did not treat me as holy among the sons of Yashael. For you shall see the land opposite you from a distance, but you shall not go there, into the land which I am giving to the children of Yashael. Now, let's go back and finish it up with Ezra's, and we are done after this. Is this making sense to people? Is it starting to lock in? Is people locking? Are we tracking? Yeah. All right. The whole world, famine, death, and destruction, because wickedness has spread everywhere and evil has reached its limit. Therefore, Yah says, or Heart of Psalm says, I will no longer remain silent about the wickedness of this, watch this, godless people, wicked and perverse generation. I will no longer, what did he say, tolerate it. The new song that I literally ties in perfectly with what I just said, I will no longer tolerate it. The song is called Non-Compliant. They have murdered innocent people. Now, we say that when we say their names, right? They have murdered innocent people. So we have this wine press that's building up to the heavens. The blood of the slain. There's a lot of innocent people being killed. What about the holistic doctors? The holistic doctors, a lot of them was probably innocent. They're being killed. Why? Because they know how to, do herbal medicines, right? And they were killed for that. People are being killed for their trade. Murdered innocent people, and the blood they have spilled cries out to me for revenge. The souls of the righteous are constantly, what? Constantly pleading for vengeance. Let there be no doubt. Hold on, let's put that out there real quick, because people be doubting, like, we're supposed to forgive and love on all those who treated us wrong. And the Bible says, let there be no doubt. Says Heart of Psalms, I will hear the plea of all the innocent people who have been murdered, and I will take vengeance for what has been done to them. Woo! That's powerful. And you gotta love it. My people are being led to the slaughter like a flock of sheep. They will no longer have to live in Egypt. Let's put that out there. They will no longer have to live in America. Oh, okay. They will no longer have to live estranged for their own homeland. Homelands. I will use all my strength and power to bring them out of that land. That means it's about to get real. This is the part I've been waiting on. This is the best part of the movie. You know how the bad guy do all the little tricks and little gadgets and be winning and beating against the, the superheroes and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden the superheroes get their act together, and then they start to whoop up on the enemy more so than he can even think of. They don't know how the next blow gonna come, where it's coming from. The enemy has everything figured out to a certain extent. Then the superhero always come up with a way that defeats the enemy in a way he did not think it could be done. That's where we're at now. We're coming to that part. So we're going to be seeing some things popping up. Father's going to be destroying the wicked just by literal means, just by simple means. They've been going to vacations and never come back. They're going to go to an office meeting and never make it back home. He's going to take them out while they're having fun. They're going to go to a rock concert and will not be able to make it back from that rock concert. They're going to go to a concert and won't make it back home from that concert. Women who are selling themselves, and I said this some years ago, and it's going to talk about that right here. The women who are selling themselves on OnlyFans and all that kind of stuff, and being prostitutes, selling their bodies for money. You're going to go meet up with one of your tricks, and it'll be tricks are for kids, and they're going to kill you. You ain't going to get no, the money that is leading you to open and spread your legs is going to get you death. It's going to get you killed. You're going to meet up with somebody who's crazy, and the Father's going to put in his heart to kill a prostitute. And you're going to be it. And it's going to be going on. And people are going to be scared to be saying, oh, OnlyFans, and come and see this. And I will meet you in real life, meet your person, because everyone is getting hungry for money. So you're going to spread your legs, or think you're going to be spreading your legs when you'll be spreading your head. You'll be spreading your blood. He's going to think of a creative way to kill you. Any man who's a hoe or any man out there who's selling their body for money, the same thing can happen to you. You think you're going for a good time, but you're going to lose your life. Let's play. It's going to talk about right. It's going to talk about it right here. My people are being led to slaughter. I already get that. I said that part right here. Bring them out of the land. I will bring disasters upon the Egyptians. I will bring disasters upon the Americans. I will bring disasters upon the United Nations. I will bring disasters upon where my people have been scattered to. Let's go. As I did earlier. Come on now. And I will destroy their country. Wow. The whole land will be in mourning. It will be shaken to its foundations when I, Heart of Psalms, strike it and pound on it. That means he's going to hit it and keep. Man, let me show you what it's going to be. Because I have to show it to you this way because you will get it this way. So it's not going to just be hit. It's going to be. He's going to pound on it. It's going to break. You ain't going to have no choice but to break. Give in and die. That's what they got waiting for them. Let's bring it. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting to see this disaster happen. I'm not looking for peace. I don't want peace. I want destruction throughout the whole entire world. I want the oceans to come up and meet people and cause them not to be able to breathe no more. I want fires to devour people's homes and the people inside of it. I want fires to devour parts of the land where people can't escape and they realize that this is the end of their life. I want people so scared and terrified because they have chosen to go against us. I want the very same thing that caused them to make money off of us, that it causes to become their own grave. When I, Yah, strike it and pound on it, the farmers will mourn because their seed, is that not happening? Their seeds. Farmers will mourn because their seed will fail to do what? To sprout. And their trees will be destroyed by blight, hail, and terrible storms. What does that mean? All the very same things he said he was going to do to us, he's going to do it to them. That means when it's supposed to be producing like tons and amount of good crops, you're going to have very, like, we eating it right now. We got baby, what people in America and all those kind of places, y'all eating fruit that's not even fully mature. So now the farmer's got to salvage what he can from his crop. He done planted this over here. This doesn't come up fully. So now they got to give you these little small oranges, small apples, small watermelons. Because nothing is producing to its full maturity. God says, I'm going to have you eat premature foods. Therefore, people are going to have to do what? Inject the foods with this substance that's actually going to be poisonous inside of the fruit. And you're going to be eating poison. They're going to do the same thing with the chickens. Same thing with everything. Anything that's supposed to produce, because if the grass and the fruit is not producing, then the cows and all of them are not getting the nutrients they need. What are you eating? You're going to be hungry. So even though you done ate this huge steak, big old fat, boisterous steak, you're still hungry after you ate it. You done ate a whole meal and still left. I'm hungry, man. People like, you hungry? What you mean? You just got through eating a whole cow over there with some mashed potatoes and just had a huge drink. Quick Trip. You had a big old drink from Quick Trip, dog, and you still hungry? Yeah, man, I feel like I didn't eat nothing because it was nothing in that cow. Nothing in anything you're eating. There's no nutrients there. Therefore, you can eat all the food you want and still be hungry. That's where we at right now. Watch this. I love this part. All right. Destroyed by blight, hail, and terrible storms. That's what's going on right now. You're gonna beat on the land with hailstorms, blight, that's dust, that's like dust storms, and terrible storms, which is like rainstorms, hurricanes. You get it. All the bad stuff. The world and the people in it are doomed. What did he say? You have hope? Nope. He said the world and the people in it are doomed. It says we are of the world, but we're not in it. No, we're in the world, but we're not of it. So the world and the people, those who are of the world and the people who are of that world are doomed. The war that will bring destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control. Is that the same thing going on right now? Let's go look at that real quick. China has assisted Russia with a lot of ammunition. With ammo. 1 million. See what China has given Russia ammo for the war. They're talking about it. They keep talking about it. Like, look, hold on, October, because I just got through seeing it. November 2023. They want to. There it is right there. Where is it? 2 days ago. There it is. North Korea sends Russia artillery rounds for a satellite device. It says that the Ukraine did not get that. North Korea is supplying munitions to Russia for use in its war against Ukraine in return for satellite technology, South Korea has said. So we see why they delivered. Both can deliver. North Korea sends Putin's tons of ammo. Okay, agree, whatever. Tons of ammo. Europe can't do the same for Ukraine. Now, just as that's true, look what else is true. Second Esdras, right here. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another. China, Russia, Europe, Ukraine. Because the struggle will overpower one another and gain control while ignoring, what's this? The legitimate government. While ignoring the legitimate. Look at this. That means all these other governments are bastards. Illegitimate. Meaning what? They're not supposed to be rulers. So the Father's going to cause for them to destroy themselves. By themselves. You understand? Now, when all nations begin to rise up and fight against one another, period, that's when the fight's going to take a different turn. You understand? The legitimate government is the one whom the Father has set up as authority on this earth. There will no longer be free access to the cities. Look what's going on. It's about to be a lockdown. It's about to be a lockdown. There will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion. Where people, wherever means wherever people live, that means people are going to be divided, which ties in perfectly with what? Matthew chapter 24, right? My word. And kingdom against kingdom. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. He is quoting exactly what Second Ezra is saying. That is exactly what the Messiah is saying. Heart of Psalms is saying exactly what Second Ezra is saying. Okay, I gotta move out the way then. I'll move.
Oh, we're gonna be in here.
Okay, I'm gonna be here. In there? Okay.
So I'm gonna have to play music.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. Okay. I'm just doing what I gotta do. After that. Witnessing to all the nations. This is all the stuff that's coming into play right now. False Christ. For many shall come in my name, say I'm a Christ, and shall deceive many. That's the time when that's going to start happening. People say, I have a feeling that I'm the Christ. And it's like, you know what? There's multiple Christs. You're not the only Messiah. There's other Messiahs. That's when this started to come in right here. For many shall come in my name, saying I am the Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear you shall hear wars, rumors of wars, and see that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my what? Namesake. Are you starting to understand this now? Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. They're going to be doing it on TikTok, all this other kind of stuff. It's going to be rising up, trying to tell you all these kind of different things. Do not be led astray. All right? Let's go. That's where all this stuff is coming in. All right, you can see it. All right. Wherever people live, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors. Why? They will be robbing you. If the people don't have no food, don't have a way to get no food, that means the ones who said to your friends might be trying to come over to see if you have more than what they have. So they can actually lick you or you know what I'm saying, hit you. So when they come to your house, come there and beat you up and take your stuff. Because if people can't work, you can't leave the city, you can't work, you can't do anything, you're going to be robbing the people within your neighborhood. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. That's what's happening now, right? They're going to war. There will be great political turmoil. Already said that part. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. I just said it. They're going to rob you. They assault you. That means they're going to punch you, beat you up, and take your stuff. That's the love of many waxing cold, just as we just seen here in 24. It said, because of this thing, what? And then you shall be hated. Where's it at? Many, there it is. And then many shall be offended and shall betray one another. Betray one another. Remember, we say to neighbors coming to your house to do what? To assault you and take your stuff. That's the same thing. They shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Mercilessly plunder their possessions. Watch this. Heart of Psalms. I am calling together all the kings of the earth to come from north, south, east, and west to turn back and restore what they have taken. So now he's actually being, saying a gentleman about this. Like, you know what? I'm going to give y'all a chance to take and give us every single thing that y'all stolen from us. That's what it is. So all these punishments is coming because of what you have taken from us, what you have done to my people. So they're from the north, south, east, west to turn back and restore what they have taken. I will pay them back with the same heart, the exact same. So there's no forgiveness, as people say, oh, he's going to forgive us because we treated the black people. No, the same exact thing that you did to us is going to happen to you and your people. Nothing less. You won't get the same harsh treatment. They have always given to my chosen people. So the same harsh treatment they have always given to my chosen people, the Father's going to give it to you. Heart of Psalms says, I will use my power and there will be no mercy for sinners. No mercy. Jesus is going to have mercy on sinners. No, he's not. Jesus will, but Isaiah will not. Jesus may have mercy for sinners, but Heart of Psalms will not have any mercy for sinners. Let's play. I will put to death all who have murdered innocent people. Ooh, that's a lot of people right there. It's a lot of people. My anger has become so fierce that fire has blazed out to burn up the foundations of the earth and to burn up sinners like straw. Who's going to get caught up in the fire? Sinners. Sinners who do not keep my commands are doomed, says Heart of Psalms. I will have no mercy on them. Out of my sight, you rebels. Do not defile my holy temple. Terrifying visions. Heart of Psalms is aware of all those who sin against him, and he will hand them over to death and destruction. Terrible disasters have already come upon the world, and there is no escape. What did he say? There's no escape. You have sinned against Heart of Psalms, and he will not rescue you. Then in the east, you will suddenly see a fearsome sight. Arab armies with many chariots will advance like dragons. As soon as they start out, the sound of their hissing will spread across the world and bring fear and trembling to everyone who hears it. That means what? Like you have the Hamas, or when they start to spread across so-called certain parts of Africa, doing what? Bringing everyone up under Islam or they're start killing people who believe in other names. When they say, well, ISIS is out and they're, hunting people down, that kind of stuff. They will bring fear and trembling to everyone who hears it. ISIS is loose. Al-Qaeda. The Cameroonians will come out of the forest in a fierce rage like wild boars, advancing in full strength to attack the dragons. So the dragons is what? The Arab armies. So that means it's almost like Saudi Arabia or some Arab people are going to be going to war with other people. With their tusks, they will tear up a large part of Assyria. That is the Arabs. Watch this. But the dragons will unite their forces, regain their former strength, and win the victory. Meaning what? They will still come out on top. Saudi Arabia will still come on top. They will turn and pursue the wild boars, which is representative of another nation or representative of another people. He's using the symbols to describe nations. Who will be? That's why he said the Arab armies with many chariots will advance like dragons. So who's the dragons? The Arab armies, right here. There we go. They will turn. It's almost like they're the children of the dragon, right? Arab armies with many chariots will advance like dragons. Children of the. Okay, let's go. With their tusks, they will tear up large parts of Assyria. But the dragons will unite their forces, regain their former strength, and win the victory. They will turn and pursue the wild boars, who will be thrown into panic, beaten into silence, and forced to turn and run. The wild boars will be ambushed in Syria, and one of them will be killed. This will bring fear and panic to their army and indecision to their kings. Then suddenly, clouds, terrible angry storm clouds, will cover the sky from one end to the other. They will collide head on and release their violence upon the earth. That is not good. The blood of war will be as deep as a horse's belly. That's one was tying in when it's like the vesture, of the king, when his vesture is dipped in blood, right? You can see look where a horse's belly is, how high it is. The blood of war will be as deep as a horse's belly. So a horse probably can eat a lot then, because a horse can keep eating. Like after they ate some straw, they'll keep eating some straw, go back to some apples. So it's like almost like a deep pit, if you will, or someone's thigh, or a camel's knee. Camels can walk for a very long time. Very long time. Everywhere on earth, people will tremble in fear at the horrible sight. Then great storm clouds will move in from the north and the south, and others from the west. But the winds from the east will prevail and push back those angry storm clouds that were about to bring destruction. Huge, powerful, angry storm clouds will arise and will ruin the whole world and its people. So clouds are going to be ruining people. They're going to be destroying them. A terrible storm of fire, hail, and flashing swords will come sweeping down on those who have power and authority. So if you have power and authority, you're about to be removed, which is the same thing as said also in Enoch chapter 46. He will remove them from their couches, right? All these things is happening. We're seeing it. This is what's coming. This is what is coming. Those who fight are going to lose. This son of man whom thou beholdest shall raise up kings and mighties from their couches, and powerful from their thrones, shall loosen the bridles of the powerful and break in pieces the teeth of sinners. He shall hurl kings from their thrones and their dominions, because they will not exalt and praise him, nor humble themselves before him, by whom their kingdoms were granted to them. Their countenance likewise of the mighty shall he cast down, filling them with confusion. We just got through reading that. Darkness shall be their habitations, and worms their bed, nor from their bed shall they hope to be again raised, because they exalted not the name of the Lord of spirits. Going back to it. Who have a power and authority. Every river will overflow into the fields, and the floods will demolish cities, walls, mountains, hills, forests, and crops. It's about to get ugly. This destruction will press on until it reaches Babylon and engulfs it in a raging storm of ruin. The dust and the smoke will form a great cloud, reach into the sky, and all the neighboring cities will mourn for Babylon. Now, what is this right here? This is when they say Babylon the Great is fallen. Mystery Babylon has fallen. This is talking about this is when Babylon is fallen. This is when it's coming into play now. This is the judgment on Babylon. A second angel following and said, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, which made all the nations drink the maddening wine of her adulteries. The three angels in Babylon's fall, and he said in a loud voice, Fear Yah, fear Heart of Psalms, and give Heart of Psalms glory, because the hour of his judgment has come. Worship the one who made the heavens and the earth, which is literally the name Heart of Psalms. Worship the one who made heaven, who made the heavens and the earth, and the sea, and the springs of water. That literal comment is one name, Heart of Psalms. Let's go. Then a second angel followed, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, who has made all the nations drink the wine of the passion of her immorality. And a third angel followed them, calling out in a loud voice, If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand. Revelations 18 and 10. Lament over Babylon. That's what they said, right? They're going to mourn over Babylon. Go back to it. The destruction will press on until it reaches Babylon and engulf city in a raging storm of ruin. The dust and the smoke will form a great cloud, reach into the sky, and all the neighboring cities will mourn, lament for Babylon. What did it say? Revelation said what? Then the kings of the earth who committed sexual immorality, what? They were raping little girls, right? And lived, that's the human sex trafficking. I told you that, I've been said this years. And lived in luxury with her will weep. If you go to Saudi Arabia, they have all the luxury, baths, toilet seats. Remember I showed you how they had gold toilet seats, right? A gold toilet with gold toilet paper, just to flush down the toilet, right? That's crazy. People go to certain vending machines and literally, a vending machine will give you a bar of gold, right? Who committed sexual immorality and lived in luxury with her will weep and wail at the sight of the smoke rising from the fire that consumes her. You know what this is? This is the whore who sits on the beast. In the fear of torment, they will stand at a distance and cry out, Woe, woe to the great city, the mighty city of Babylon. For in a single hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, because there is no one left to buy their cargo. Anyone who survives will become what? A slave to those who destroyed you. Who what? This is speaking against what? We got the transatlantic slave trade, and then we also have the Arab slave trade. Asia is doomed. You, Asia, are to be pitied. You are doomed. You have enjoyed the splendor and glory of Babylon. You have imitated her and dressed up your daughters to look like prostitutes. You know, the geisha. I'll show you that before. The geishas. The geishas are prostitutes. That's what a geisha is. A geisha is a prostitute. I think I spelled geisha wrong. It is geisha. Geishas. Prostitutes. They say geishas are not prostitutes, but the Bible is telling us that they are. So how do we come to consider geisha prostitutes? The answer is simple. Allied forces engaged in prostitution with girls dressed as geishas. There it is right there. He said you dressed them, but they're good, but he says literally they're prostitutes. Though the law officially maintained a distance between geishas and prostitutes, some geishas still engaged in prostitution. So he's just literally just pinpoint what he's talking about. And we know these women in Japanese, Asian women dressed as geishas. It's like Chun-Li, that kind of stuff. Of a Street Fighter, yeah, she's dressed like a prostitute. This is the attire of a prostitute, as according to the word is saying right here. I'm ready, I'm open, whatever you want to do. Obviously for money, right? She's sleeping people. Your door is to look like prostitutes to please and gratify, your lovers who have always lusted for you, because you have imitated that vow, prostitute, in everything she has done or planned. She has this to say: I will send disasters upon you. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, and epidemics to destroy your homes and bring ruin and death. The power of which you boast will wither like a flower. When the burning heat is sent upon you, you will be a wretched, weak woman, so bruised, beaten, and wounded that you will no longer attract your wealthy lovers. I would not punish you so severely, says Heart of Psalms, if you had not murdered my... He just brought in and said the Chinese, the Asians, have murdered black people. Let that sink in. So there's got to be a history where the Chinese had us as slaves too. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. This has got thick and deep. It just got thick, a little bit thick. It's crazy. But you took great, that's why they hate black people now. You see the Asians, whatnot, they be hating us. They try to blame COVID-19 on black, on so-called Africans, right? Remember they was trying to kick them out. They was fighting against them. They was trying to beat them, all that kind of stuff, right? I remember that. They were trying to kick black people, like, if you're black, you gotta leave. Some of them when they was hitting on, and other ones they was not beating on. But I remember they beat on this one guy, one black guy who was from so-called Africa. He was there trying to, I guess, live, whatever, or trying to just walk about, and all these Asians began to start kicking on him and hitting him. I'm just saying, let's go. But you took great delight in striking them. See, the Asians took delight, and that's what they was doing. We saw that literally on the news where they were fighting. People who were black. Now watch this. There's a lot of Asians in so-called Africa taking over a lot of stuff here. But you took great delight in striking them. And when you were drunk, you boasted about killing them. There it is right there. Paint your face. What does a geisha do? She paints her face. See, they paint their face. paint your face, you will be paid for your work as a prostitute. You will get what you have earned. I will pay you back, says Yah, for what you have done to my chosen people. I will bring disaster on you. You will be put to death, and your children will starve. Your cities will be torn down, and the people out in the country will be killed. Those in the mountains will starve. Their hunger and thirst will drive them to eat their own flesh. That means they're going to eat their own children and drink their own blood. You will be more miserable than anyone has ever been, but there will still be more punishment to come. The army that destroyed Babylon will march back through your country and devastate your peaceful city. They will destroy your beautiful country and leave most of it in ruins. Your country will be destroyed like straw in the fire. It's going to be too easy. It'll be too easy. They will burn up all your forests and orchards. All over your land, your cities and mountains will be covered with ruins. Your splendor will vanish. Your children will be carried off as prisoners, and your possessions will be plundered. Now, I'm about to finish now reading. Well, I'm supposed to finish reading with Esdras. Remember, truth is not biased, it's absolute. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all time. Y'all take this, share this with people, let them know what's going on, what's about to start coming to these Asian peoples and Saudi Arabians, because it is about to go down, and I'm looking forward to seeing it happen. All right, y'all have a good one. King out.